Yup, we're gonna watch All of Us Are Dead today. 3 is the number of the episode of season 1. I caught myself before you could correct me. Guys, we are going to watch this. Hit that like button, chew into it, sink your bloody teeth into that subscribe bell notification, full-length watch-alongs. We sync up with the time code for All of Us Are Dead are over at our Patreon page. Massive thank you to one of you who has joined our Patreon page. Are you the lucky super reject?
Patient zero.
Also, the boys at Prepper. Guys, we are creating milestones together. And in time, you will be forgotten. But we will live on.
And get all the credit for your work.
Yeah. Jaden and Pratham, you will be forgotten.
Are you pregnant or something? Ah. Toilet baby.
So she was pregnant and didn't know it?
I guess so.
She didn't look pregnant at all.
I know. Wow, that jacket helps.
What'd she do with the baby?
Yeah, put it in her backpack.
기상. 사장님이 다 모이래. 빨리요. 이미 늦었어요. 다 죽을 거야.
You're such a meanie.
You're the real bully. Oh.
Maybe in time he swings down and grabs him.
It may be. He's got his own hose.
Yeah. Wonder what the point of that girl having the baby is.
정상아. 야, 나 밑에.
He caught the thing?
That's not what the last scene made it look like.
야, 맨션 위에.
Don't get it in your eyes, bro. Oh no!
You're amazing.
Action hero over here.
내가 도와줄게. 야, 뭐해?
Think that rope would break by now. Okay.
맹수! 야, 괜찮냐?
Okay, one of you could stand on the ledge by now, right?
문 좀 닫으라고 제발.
My God, you are so annoying.
야, 너 너만 살면 다냐?
재수 없어 기생수 새끼.
Ooh.
야, 너 씨발 뭐하냐?
She called you a wealthy.
아무리 그래도 그런 말을 하냐?
기생수가 뭔데?
Was he poor?
He's there on welfare support.
다른 선생님들은요? 신고는 했어요?
아마 누군가는 했을 거야. 나는
If everyone thought that way, then no one would call the cops.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are thinking that way.
혹시 보고 온 거야?
뭐를?
과학실에.
나 미술실에 있다가 왔는데.
Oh, that's who she left the note for?
Yeah.
Good thing this pregnancy distracted you from all this stuff.
Oh, good God.
What just happened?
I can't be killed.
Oh, man. Well, she got the baby.
메시지부터.
Whoa!
Are they climbing it?
아, 놀래라.
Jeez.
Aim for the head. Come on, you know they're zombies. Stab the head. She lives on.
She's gonna be the last zombie standing at the end of the series.
Everything to grab.
야,
너
No.
No. I didn't even notice it until late.
Let it be a regular nosebleed.
준비됐어? 예. 하나, 둘, 셋. 야, 물렸어? 괜찮아, 살짝 물렸어.
God damn it.
Okay. Never okay.
이거 아까 수영이가 대걸레 휘두를 때 맞아가지고.
오지 마. 오지 말라고. 너 물렸지?
Oh.
Don't.
Just give him some time.
나 진짜 안 물렸다고요, 저 진짜.
Strip naked and prove it.
너 손 그거 뭐야? 그거 뭔데?
아니 이거 아까 컴퓨터 들다가 그럼.
Why don't you just give him a couple minutes?
Yeah. Watch his eyes.
긁힌 거 맞아. 확실해.
I was about to hate this cast.
No.
Just like throw him out the window.
Yeah. And they could still. You never know.
나 이삭이 떨어질 때 잡고 있었어. 그럼 왜 나는 멀쩡한데? 제 손등에 상처 있잖아. 맨손이랑 상처 있는데 닿은 거랑 다른.
What do you know?
녹음실에 10분만 들어가 있을래? 힘들겠지만 친구들한테 의심받는 것보다는 그게 나을 것 같은데.
I think that's a reasonable plan.
1시간 있다 봐.
You don't need to stay an hour.
Finally make some time to cut my mixtape.
I hope he's here till episode 12.
Just under this table the whole time.
5 years after the apocalypse is ended.
Full beard. Day 4059.
Get your revenge. Why does this bully keep living?
'Cause he's a scoundrel. If you get her killed, my dude. Oh, you.
This guy is pissing me off so much.
The worst.
How does he keep living?
A shiv and a sieve.
So you can stab him there and does the trick?
냄새 맡고 오는 거 아닐까? 너한테 엄청 달려들잖아. 그 냄새 안 나.
야, 진짜 너 땀 많이 흘리잖아.
땀을 흘리는 냄새는 안 나.
God, it's crazy how so many people still don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
감염병 위기 경보를 심각 단계로 격상하고 효선시 외부로 방금 들어온 소식 전해드립니다. 긴급 소집된 국가안전보장회의에서
Brains.
고 계시는 시민 여러분들 신속하게 시 외곽으로 대피하여 주시기 바랍니다.
Oh man, no one loves her kid more than her.
Yeah.
God damn it, no. Oh no. This show is gonna destroy me. Oh,
God damn it.
no, ma'am. Please don't go.
She's gonna save the day.
바이러스요? 아니 무슨 바이러스요?
The one your coworker's about to turn into.
감염되는 걸로 파악되니까 절대 물리거나 신체 접촉은 하지 마.
It's begun.
선배님.
Get in there, man. Get in there. You got the word.
Crucial
Get
moment.
in there.
죽었나?
Oh, damn it.
날짜 효선사거리 감염자 약 200여 명 출현 1030, 1040, 1050 중방
Damn, this show's like non-stop, huh?
This is just escalating and escalating.
날짜 총발합니다.
Oh no.
Cool.
Good luck, team.
Shit. Oh no.
Oh.
series has great zombie choreography.
Yeah. Mom.
네, 알겠습니다.
아니야 잠깐만. 아니 우리 애가 정상.
No. No. Oh, don't kill her off,
Don't.
please.
Don't go find another way in.
Maybe her chicken is the cure.
The spice. Damn motorbike. Don't.
담배 있냐?
담배 안 펴.
야, 니는
아, 담배 안 펴.
지랄하지 마.
안 핀다. 병신 저거.
1시간 채우고 나오겠대.
아, 저 새끼 삐졌네.
들어갈 거면 이나윤이 들어가야지.
약속한 거 기억하지? 30분 지나면 사과하기로 한 거.
알겠어요.
So she's like the antagonist of the show, huh?
Yeah, so far.
We're all watching. Waiting for you to apologize.
Is he gonna accept it?
What's in her pocket? Is she gonna...
Is she gonna shank him?
This way, yeah, this unfolds.
다친 데는 어때?
뭔 상관인데?
Is she trying to infect him?
What a bitch!
Wow!
그리고 아까는 진짜.
I can't believe she's doing this!
That's one of the most hateable things I've ever seen in a zombie show.
야, 벌써 다 지난 일인데 뭐 나가자.
하긴 뭐가 돼? 너 무시당할 만하잖아.
Oh, dude.
영원히 안 나왔으면 좋겠죠.
전부 조용히 좀 해라.
얘만 없으면 우리 다 조용해요.
I really hope that thing doesn't work.
내 말이 틀린지 아닌지.
She just straight up killed him.
Yeah.
왜?
Someone better find that fucking rag.
이 바이러스는 생명의지 그 자체다. 순식간에 모든 세포를 점령한다.
Ask what was on that towel, dude. Give him a clue.
야, 너 안 물렸잖아. 오지 마. 오지 마. 씨발. 씨발 왜가
Come on, put it together.
내가 빨리 나갈게.
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
How weird.
Oh. Oh, man.
Go be with your people now.
You're free.
Damn, that bitch is fucking cruel.
That is
Oh, God.
that is among the cruelest things I've ever seen.
She just
In a
killed
zombie
him.
show, yeah.
Like, straight up killed the guy. Oh, no.
Damn it.
Our nose is starting to bleed.
Oh.
With that, hold?
Definitely.
Goddamn Korean shows and your fucking bleakness.
Soul crushing anguish. Yeah.
내가 얘기했잖아. 니들 다 틀리고 나만 맞았어.
Yeah.
네가 그런 거 아니야?
뭐가?
Oh yeah, that's right. She was paying attention. Oh, thank God someone was paying attention.
Please Christ, let her figure this out.
네가 그런 거 맞잖아.
내가 경수 그렇게 만든 거 아니라고.
나 경수 얘기 하지도 않았는.
그게 무슨 말이야?
Well, it's not very inconspicuous if she's just in the back there watching.
너 저기 모든 피 손수건으로 닦았지? 그걸로 경수 손등 상처 문질렀지?
아니라고.
너 주머니에 손수건 있지? 꺼내라고.
싫다고.
내가 꺼내줄까?
오.
반장이면 다야?
네가 언제 나 반장 취급했어?
Boss.
작년이 진짜. 여기 있다.
Hey, she got money too. Show her respect.
She wash it?
피 묻었네.
경수 상처 닦아준 거야.
It wasn't bleeding profusely.
그럼 네 상처에 대봐.
Yeah.
이거 아니라고.
하지 말라고 했어. 이리 내.
난 너라고 해야지. 나도 죽어버리면 될 거 아니야. 니들이 바라는 게 그거 아니야?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
네가 그런 거야?
저 진짜 사람이 어떻게?
내가 안 죽였다고. 어쨌든 살아 있잖아. 죽은 게 아니라 변한 거잖아.
Semantics.
너 살인자야.
Wow. This shows something.
It truly is.
Oh man.
존나 기댈 데가 없네. 난 필요 없어.
You don't deserve friends, man. Somehow this bitch is gonna make it till the very end.
Yeah. Just gonna fly in episode 12 in a chopper.
God.
누군가를 죽음으로 내몰면 사는 게 아무것도 아니게 돼.
Yeah. Oh, she felt so much safer when she was around.
Yeah. What a transition.
They didn't even care the helicopter was there.
Yeah, at this point, we're all dead in the inside anyway.
Finally have a shot at escaping.
Damage done.
All right, let's look up some character names. While I think that gathering name here, Na-Yeon, is that how you say her name?
Na-Yeon, I think. I
I
it's
just don't want to call her bitch the whole time.
I understand. I don't know if anyone will begrudge you, but yes, I think, yeah, Na-Yeon.
Yes. While I think her acting is quite splendid and really brings this level of like this strange level of narcissism where she just really views herself as the victim in all circumstances.
Yes.
And I think it's a strong performance where she just can't admit her wrongdoings. Mm-hmm. I don't feel the slightest bit of pity for her. I can't stand her. I can't. Like she straight up killed the guy because she just felt like she was already. People were harping on her for being totally mean and bullying. Gyeong Su?
Gyeong Su.
Yeah, bullying him. And so because they were bullying him and she was harping like I thought she was being unreasonable and she didn't feel like she put herself in the position of I'm an outcast here. I'm like, well, you're constantly pushing yourself to this because of the way you treat people, and especially this one guy. And then, come on, resorts to killing him. Oh, that's insane to me. That's nuts. And there's
so cruel.
It is interesting. It's a very fascinating series to me about, like, I don't know. I feel like I would like to get the whole package, but the way they draw these parallels between virus and the insidious nature of a virus. Granted, it's not super insidious to the point of, like, it's insidious in the way it spreads massively throughout the quantity of individuals in the world. However, the insidious nature of what the virus is, and they also draw this parallel with bullying.
Yeah.
It's really like something I've never would have ever thought about as like a thing to draw. Like this show, the virus stems from a means of protecting, of like the anger within of this retaliation, whether that be through self-harm or inflicting harm on others, is the parasite in and of itself. At least that's kind of what I'm gathering from it, is that's what's growing within and is going to act out eventually. So yeah, I don't know if the themes or messages will become like a little blurred by the end of it all. But
sure possible. There's a lot of ground to cover still to go.
Yeah, because they're also still doing their zombie show.
Yes.
And
there's also a certain level of comment. Like, there's a little bit, because we don't cut away from the kids as much, but there's a little bit of that, like, government protocol commentary, too.
Yeah, and look, we're not the people
Koreans
who are well versed to talk about the social commentary specifically on like Korean politics, right? Because we just don't know a lot of there are things here that happen, like in the first episode, that a lot of you guys were telling us in the comments are like, actually this is actually kind of normal how a lot of it is, and bullying is a real problem. And like, while bullying is a problem out here and as well, it's like the degree of which people get a pass it's like nuts to me, to know that, like, this is kind of how the society is, and that's just reflective of what people have said in the comments. So I don't know from like watching documentaries or reading up on things, right? And so I'm a little bit trepidatious. Trusting those few people
who chose to chime in. Yes, exactly.
White men from Nebraska who
know a lot about Korea.
But there are universal themes that are the things that most click with me, and it's just funny to see. Someone once told me that it's always stuck with me. When I was like a teenager, someone told me that when he graduated high school, he realized that everything after high school is high school. And,
that's good advice.
And that's really true. Like, it's like gossipy, mean, bullying, ego
pettiness,
status, cliques. It just doesn't. It's a good analogy. It's always stuck with me my whole life since I heard that. And then you kind of even see that here with drawing, like, we're looking at a school, and then we're looking at the politics of the people who are quarantined here at this hospital. Like, if you just told them who I was, a helicopter would be here by now.
And they're both in pain. Both of the status-obsessed characters who are, she's somewhat of a villain in that scenario, not to the same degree, but
Yeah, well, I don't know what does the color mean? What does it symbolize?
I didn't mean necessarily that, like, I guess it to me,
just
if you
want a visual
want,
reflection.
I mean, to me it was just like a visual thing to tie them together somewhat subtly, but also, I don't know, I mean, you could argue that it is a fair color, used to then adorn people who put on the airs of eruditeness and who are actually quite scoundrelly underneath.
Word pull. Eruditeness, nice.
Ooh, thanks, man. Trying out some new ones. Thesaurus, good investment. But
just read that thesaurus every day.
And then I throw out a word, and hey, if it makes sense, awesome. If it doesn't, we'll try again tomorrow. New word every day.
Yeah, this was interesting. Like, I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard some people say that they think the beginning is slow. Which, to me, I was ready to be like, let's pick this up. Like, that's where I was coming from. Like, especially by the time I got to the third episode, when I saw how high octane the second one was. And then here, I this one was kind of haunting. This was like really uncomfortable and nerve-wracking and emotional too. You know, just to be direct about it, because then they're locked in this room. I'm like, that's a realistic choice. Like, what, you're just gonna walk around campus, you know?
Yeah,
you're locked in this
hide
room,
out, the safest place.
and they still deal with like the characters and how that it's not a lot of times in these survival stories. What ends up happening is the stuff before the outbreak doesn't really matter. It's like it factors in, but it's really about let's just stay alive.
Yeah.
And push everything to the side, right? And here they're doing something interesting where they roll over these dynamics like a lot, and they keep it's so integral to the story, like this whole thing with, you know, mean person calling him wealthy, and dealing with classism as well, and you know, feeling less than. So that carries over at this like thing that just percolates throughout the dynamic of this group, and this whole thing of like isolation that happens amongst them. But then when they're there, it's like when our main guy, whose name I was hoping to pick up when but there it is, Chung Sun, when he is talking with Gyeong Su through the in the recording booth. Like, that was a really endearing moment, and I thought the show drew a really good tone at, even though I know they're here and nothing's wrong with them, why do I feel like something like terrible's about to happen?
That whole scene, it's fascinating, because that whole time he's in the booth, I was sitting there going, something is really wrong, and yet I feel like he's not infected. And that gives like that's some really solid direction, I feel like, because yes, eventually another shoe does drop, but even so, to be able just to suggest that based off of a moment where things are actually fine is pretty expert. You know?
And the Choi Nam-ra character, the class president, they, like, that's what I mean by drawing these characters out so well, is they establish her as someone who doesn't interact. Like in that first episode, when everyone's like getting invested in other shit, she's just doing her homework still. When, you know, our stud muffin wants to like pick her up on a date, you know, she's just constantly playing her music and just trying to move forward. So she just stays quiet and observes. So establishing her as the one who would be the one to pick up on the handkerchief is like, that's well planted early on. That it's believable of like, yeah, she would be the one to pay attention and catch this. At the same time, it's like the girl, the bitch character, just, you know, she's right there.
Well, and I mean, I guess it's that hubris of like, you know, I guess she's not gonna think that much of her or of even her ability to observe, because, you know, she's not really concerned even with her. But even just that, like, they're great at lacing in, those little details of like, they have that one shot where she looks at the, you know, mop and sees the severed end of it, and it's a great shot because it makes you go, in the back of your mind, you're like, it feels like there's more of a reason for us to have held on that, but also there's the immediate reason of, you know, it's the, you know, smoking gun in the room. It's the big question mark of like, whose blood is that on the end of that, you know, thing. But yeah, like, that was. It's funny because this episode starts with a reversal where you have, you know, Chung-san not dying.
I could have sworn he like just straight up fell out. Like,
it really looked like
I need to like go back and watch that.
At the beginning of this one, it's very like, it's such a quick shot. Like, they show the way he's falling that I think he does like kind of like throw the top of his body kind of upward toward where the hose is. But either way, it's never so clear that it's like, not that thing where they're trying to shoot it to look worse than it is to get you going, oh no. But it's like that reversal, I feel like, as much as I am happy that, you know, Chung-san's still here, like, that one is a little more Hollywoody to me than the reveal with Nam-ra actually catching what Na-Yeon was doing.
Yeah.
It's like that one was one where for at the end of the last episode we were like, oh God, please don't have just killed him. It looks like he killed him. And for this one it's like, oh God, please don't let her get away with it. Looks like she's gonna get away with it. But I thought that one was a bit more it has less of that Hollywoodiness to it, even though it is still satisfying to get that release of tension. And I feel like, that was smartly done. And just, like the whole way they've drawn the sort of shifting of the paranoia and the whittling down of this group of survivors we're following right now, and how each episode, like, it's fascinating to me the way that they're able to do this show, because each episode ostensibly is a zombie movie minus 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And this whole show will be, a 10, 12-hour zombie movie. And the way that from one episode to the next it's so immediate, and you still have your central characters, and yet the spotlight still shifts around, and they're able to anchor you on certain characters as your mains, but then also really, gracefully explore. Like, it seems like they're really able to have their cake and eat it too, in terms of like, there is absolutely no shortage in any of these episodes of crazy zombie violence and action, but there's also like a lot of fraught paranoia and touching, harsh character beats and things like that. Like, it's quite impressive to me what they've been able to do here, and I'm surprised when people are like, the drama's kind of boring, but the zombie stuff's amazing. Because I'm like, dude,
that scene was one of the most tense things. Like, this is the shit that gets you. My mind started racing. I'm like, will they ever find out?
I know, and I'm curious, because the show seems like there are times when it's willing to get that bleak, and I feel like there's an argument to be made for maybe no one should have ever discovered it, and what does that say? But yeah, like they really are not afraid to go pretty harsh.
You can't have that girl on your team.
No. Well, who knows though? Who knows what's gonna happen with her and Ms. Park? Like, because I'm sure she doesn't want her to go die. I'm sure that's why she went out there. So
yeah, no, that was the whole point. She's trying to save her.
Yeah. So I would fully expect them to do that to us, to bring her back somehow to the group. But I don't know.
It's so frustrating that she did that. I really like that guy too.
I know.
I was breaking my heart when he was like, I thought that scene was so powerful. His acting there was so good of like, just this immense level of confusion. Like, wow, why? Because he's so disoriented over. I don't understand. Like, I never got bit. How could this have happened? Chang Sun's looking at him like, you weren't bit. I don't get. Like, everyone is just bewildered by this. Like, oh, what? It's so, and as the audience, you know what happened. So it's just like, it just fucked with you on so many levels.
Yeah.
Because you're like, God damn it, she's right there. She's just like, kick him out.
Yeah. I was right. See.
Yeah.
And it's such a good dastardly plan. Like, it's so.
And it's just like a hyper. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I just started blanking right there. What I'm trying to say is it's a hyper illustration of, bullying.
Yeah.
Let me use this virus to bully a kid out of here.
Well, and to perpetuate, even beyond bully, just to perpetuate like these really toxic prejudices and these parts, to go even a step beyond or more broad, just like the parts of the previous normal life you led that now you can't let go of in face of this crazy crisis.
Yeah,
that people cling to in face of things like that.
I like the realism of that. Of like they knock a guy out and then they're like, "Were you bit? Let's all check. Okay? Everyone can check to make sure, so we all feel comfortable."
Yeah. So what do we all know? It takes 5 minutes roughly.
I think I love those realistic touches. I really do. I think those touches are great. And I'm like, are these the things people were saying were boring? Because to me, I'm like, that stuff's really necessary to me to like include. Sometimes like there are some jokes that I'm like, we're just throwing in jokes because we gotta have some jokes. Sure.
This guy's having a cramp in his leg.
It's like, how many followers you got on Instagram? Oh wow, you got so many messages on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just so fleeting. It goes by so fast, and I'm not like cooling on the jokes, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I've been like really engaged, and I feel like it's kind of been nonstop. And I think the zombie stuff is really well realized. Like it's always really entertaining, and you could just. What's cool about the containment time when they are contained in classrooms and such, is you could always feel the panic happening outside.
Yeah,
And
totally.
so it keeps attention alive. It's not like The Walking Dead, where you're like, I mean, I've heard it's gotten great again, but but for many seasons it was like, Jesus Christ, can we pick up the pulse a little bit?
I can see you spinning your wheels, guys.
Yeah, you were dragging this out.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's like you get like riots in the streets. You got Chong Sun's mother, and they established that really early on too. Of like, I love you so much. I named you after the restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, or named the restaurant. Yeah, right. She named. That's how it was. I named you after the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna put your face on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put your face on it. Like, so the second she's at the school, that old lady gonna be like, I'm gonna go, and then the details of like she's bad. She's so stressed that the second she gets on her bike, just falls over right away. I love that attention.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's really rich.
Yeah.
I don't understand this whole thing with the girl being like having a baby and like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they got to unpack what happened there.
Yes.
Like, doesn't seem like she's someone who's. All we've seen her do is be like, I feel sick, and then she's walking away and has a baby all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. And so we haven't seen like, did she have a boyfriend? Was it a one night stand?
Yeah,
was assaulted? Like, what's the deal here? I feel like there's some like bigger commentary they're doing with her.
It's the asshole guys, baby.
That's what
I've been assaulting everyone.
So that's what I mean. Is like, I don't know what the deal is, and I wanna see how it thematically falls in. Because right now it's just some bleak ass situation, and I'm like, I don't know who she is or what's going on or why this is in here.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked that thread as part of the overall array of story. Like, I liked it as this almost silent side story. But I agree that, like, I'm still sitting here going, what is the grander point of doing that? Because it seems like it's very pronounced the way she literally avoids being killed by accident a couple very distinct times. And then, in the process of saving this baby, she gets bit, like, off screen, or in a moment where it's not really pronounced. And so it feels like all those things were done, pointedly. And I'm just not 100% sure, other than being sort of an interesting little vignette amid all this that reasonably could happen. Yeah, what's the greater significance of that?
I'm not that familiar with premature births. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. It's just she didn't look pregnant, and then she had. Obviously, there are babies who can live from being born early, but like, she comes out, there's an umbilical cord, and baby's like clearly living and breathing and sort of living through the day and night, Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I don't know what. Yeah, sorry, just kept raising more questions of what is this thing they're doing here.
Unless the mom is gonna come back to the restaurant and find the baby, and then maybe, because I was thinking, like, a baby is among the worst things to have in a situation like this, because it's a constant noise machine that's also got, scent and warmth and all the things that zombies love. And so part of me was like, oh God, is she gonna have to try and, nurture this newly born baby, in a very terrible situation to have to do that? And now I'm wondering, maybe that responsibility will transfer to the mom if she gets back in one piece, which I sure hope she does. And I love that they do take time to have characters like that. Like, I really, love the humanity of following the mom and the situation that she's in. And even though, again, the main portion of the show is at the school, I really appreciated having that. And it makes it all the more heartbreaking what happens.
True.
And then the peril that that Chung Sun is in, and having, that scare of the last episode is like, whew,
He'll live.
Yeah, he'll be fine. But yeah, no, I loved that. I loved that thread with her. I thought it was great. Very word for mom.
She gets Stephen Yeun to show up in this series.
That would be cool.
It was meta thing.
Yeah, man.
Season 2 should just be an action-packed show. This should be our Trainer Peninsula.
Yeah. Very last episode, just a plane, a chopper lands.
How crazy
and
is this?
Glenn steps out.
We got the Korean guy from The Walking Dead.
I thought you died like 4 separate times on that show.
Zombie show.
Can't kill Glenn. Glenn's back. Oh man, that'll break the internet a little bit. That'll be fun.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be like, you mean to tell me? And you call Rick. All this stemmed from bullying. This one guy's son being bullied made its way to Atlanta or wherever the hell the show takes place.
Yeah, you know, all it takes is somebody getting on a plane, you get that infection.
That'd be a crazy movie, right? A slow-moving virus, where just all like at once around the world starts to break out. Anyway,
every corner of humanity.
Mm-hmm. Michigan.
Yes, it starts in Michigan. It starts in the Michigans of the world is where
North Dakota.
Yes. Montana. Yeah. Delaware.
Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. We'll see you soon.